Namaskar. A warm welcome to World News, an Indian perspective on All India Radio. This is VC Pramod and with me is Reshma Tiwari bringing glimpses of the major developments of the day from across the globe. Over the next half an hour, we shall bring you the latest from the world of politics, economy, sports, entertainment and more. The headlines. India to state vaccination for children of age between 15 to 18 from the 3rd of January. Country's COVID vaccination coverage crosses the 141 crore mark. Recovery rate stands at 98.4%. Centre deploys multidisciplinary teams in 10 states reporting rise in COVID-19 cases. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses Guru Purab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib at Kutch in Gujarat. Says the country's goal is revival of a new capable India. Prime Minister to share his thoughts with people in Mann Ki Baat program tomorrow. US to lift travel ban on 8 African countries from the 31st of December. Christmas being celebrated across the globe. As India marches towards administering 150 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, news about the new corona variant is a cause for concern. In this situation, we appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and help others get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID information and guidance, contact the National Helpline number 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced that the COVID-19 vaccination for children aged 15 to 18 years will start from the 3rd of next month. In his address to the nation tonight, the Prime Minister said healthcare and frontline workers will be provided with precautionary doses from the 10th of January next year.
15 साल से 18 साल की आयु के बीच के जो बच्चे हैं, अब उनके लिए देश में वैक्सीनेशन प्रारंभ होगा। 2022 में 3 जनवरी को सोमवार के दिन से इसकी शुरुआत की जाएगी। ये फैसला कोरोना के खिलाफ देश की लड़ाई को तो मजबूत करेगा ही, स्कूल कॉलेजों में जा रहे हमारे बच्चों की और उनके माता पिता की चिंता भी कम करेगा।
People above 60 years of age who have comorbidities will also have the option to take the booster dose on a recommendation from the doctors. This will also start from the 10th of next month.
60 वर्ष से ऊपर की आयु के कोमॉर्बिडिटी वाले नागरिकों को उनके डॉक्टर के सलाह पर वैक्सीन की प्रिकॉशन डोज का विकल्प उनके लिए उपलब्ध होगा। ये भी 10 जनवरी से प्रारंभ होगा। मेरा एक आग्रह है कि अफवाह, भ्रम और डर पैदा करने के जो प्रयास चल रहे हैं, उनसे बचना चाहिए।
Mr. Modi has asked the people not to panic due to the new variant of the COVID Omicron. The Prime Minister said infections are rising across several nations due to the new variant. He added that there have been a few cases in India as well. He asked people to use masks and sanitize themselves regularly. Mr. Modi said today the nation has 18 lakh isolation beds, 5 lakh oxygen-supported beds, 1.4 lakh ICU beds and 90,000 special beds for kids. He said there are over 3,000 functional PSA oxygen plants and 4 lakh cylinders have been provided to all the states. He said that apart from research on the vaccine, work is also underway in approval processes, supply chains, distribution, training, IT support system and certification.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the nation will never forget the sacrifices made by Sikh brothers during the British rule. Remembering the supreme sacrifices of the Sikh community during India's freedom struggle, Mr. Modi said that the land of Jallianwala Bagh is a living example of this sacrifice. The Prime Minister was addressing the Guru Purab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurudwara Lakhpat Sahib at Kutch in Gujarat through video conferencing today.
हमारे गुरुओं का योगदान केवल समाज और आध्यात्म तक ही सीमित नहीं है, बल्कि हमारा राष्ट्र, राष्ट्र का चिंतन, राष्ट्र की आस्था और अखंडता अगर आज सुरक्षित है, तो उसके मूल में भी सिख गुरुओं की महान तपस्या है।
Mr. Modi said, messages of Guru Nanak Dev Ji have played a crucial role in India's national integration. He said, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji's courageous battle against Aurangzeb and his sacrifice teaches us how to fight against religious bigotry. Similarly, the life of 10th Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji is also full of examples of sacrifices. The Prime Minister said that Gujarat is feeling proud that Bhai Mokam Singh, the 4th Sikh Guru of Panj Pyare, who had founded Khalsa Panth, belonged to Gujarat. He said that Gurdwara Bet Dwarka in Dev Bhumi Dwarka district of Gujarat has been created in the memory of Bhai Mokam Singh. The Prime Minister said the grace of historic Gurdwara Lakhpat Sahib in Kutch is intact despite a series of natural calamities in the past. He said that every year from the 23rd to 25th of December, Sikh Sangat of Gujarat celebrates the Guru Purab of Guru Nanak Dev at the Lakhpat Sahib Gurdwara, which is historically connected with Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Mission Indradhanush has completed 7 years today. It was launched on 25th December 2014 as a special drive to expand full immunization coverage in the country. In a tweet, Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia said that 7 successful years of Mission Indradhanush have ensured full immunization coverage to child and mother in eliminating diseases for building a healthy India. Under the mission, 701 districts across the country have been covered and 3,86 lakh children have been vaccinated.
Multidisciplinary central teams have been deployed in 10 identified states which are reporting rise in COVID-19 cases, including new variant Omicron and slow vaccination. Union Health Ministry said the teams have been sent to Kerala, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Mizoram, Karnataka, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand and Punjab. These teams will be stationed in states for 3 to 5 days and will work along with state health authorities in the management of COVID-19. The teams will specifically look at areas of contact tracing, including surveillance and containment operations, and COVID-19 testing, including sending of adequate samples from clusters for genome sequencing. The central teams will assess the situation, suggest remedial actions and submit a report every evening on the public health activities being undertaken. Talking to AIR News, Niti Aayog member Dr. V.K. Paul said stress on the need for following COVID-appropriate behavior like wearing of mask and constant vigil.
Rising outbreak of Omicron in many countries. Even in our own country, we have Omicron virus. Virus has not gone away. We are right now in a control situation in regard to pandemic. But in order to ensure that the situation remains under control, we must ensure that we as adults have taken 2 doses of vaccine. We must wear masks. We must avoid large gatherings. We must celebrate these events, but celebrate them within the family. We must not give an upper hand to the virus. Let our care, our precautions continue.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed the 141 crore mark. Union Health Ministry said more than 66,09,000 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours under the nationwide vaccination drive. The ministry said 7,286 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours and the national recovery rate stands at 98.4%. The country reported 7,189 new COVID cases in the last 24 hours. This is All India Radio giving you the world news. For quick news updates on the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
In Jammu and Kashmir, 5 terrorists were killed in 3 different encounters with security forces in Pulwama, Shopian and Anantnag districts during last 48 hours. 2 terrorists were killed in an encounter with security forces this afternoon in Hardamirtral area of Avantipura in Pulwama district today. Earlier, 2 more terrorists were gunned down by security forces in the wee hours today at Chaugam area of Shopian district. 1 terrorist was killed in an encounter with security forces at Munmanhal village in Anantnag district yesterday. Talking to AIR News, Jammu and Kashmir DGP Dilbag Singh said these terrorists were associated with Lashkar-e-Taiba and Hizbul Mujahideen.
During the last 48 hours, 3 operations have been launched on specific input from police at 3 different locations. First one was launched at Anantnag in Arvani area, second one in Chopia, and third in Avantipura. In all the 3 operations, 5 terrorists have been eliminated. They belong to Lashkar-e-Taiba and Hizbul Mujahideen. Large quantity of arms and ammunition has seized.
The United States will lift travel restrictions on 8 southern African countries from December 31. The ban was imposed on 29th of last month over concerns about the fast-spreading COVID-19 Omicron variant. The United States barred nearly all non-US citizens who had recently been in South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, Mozambique and Malawi in an abundance of caution over the variant detected in South Africa. In a tweet, White House spokesman Kevin Munoz said that Biden administration will lift the temporary travel restrictions on Southern Africa countries effective December the 31st.
Commercial airlines around the world cancelled more than 4,000 flights over the Christmas weekend as a wave of COVID-19 infections driven by the Omicron variant created greater uncertainty and misery for holiday travelers. Airline carriers globally scrapped at least 2,314 flights on Friday, which fell on Christmas Eve. According to a running tally on the flight tracking website FlightAware.com, another 1,404 Christmas Day flights were called off worldwide, along with 340 more scheduled for Sunday. Commercial air traffic within the US and into or out of the country accounted for roughly a fourth of all the cancelled flights over the weekend. COVID-19 infections have surged in the US in recent days due to the highly transmittable variant Omicron. The average number of new COVID cases has risen 45% to 179,000 per day over the past week. New York reported more than 44,000 newly confirmed infections on Friday alone, shattering the state's daily record.
Christmas is being celebrated across the globe today. Christians all over the world celebrate the day to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. Midnight Mass and special prayers are held in churches with bells and carols reverberating the praise of Lord Jesus, ushering in the spirit of Christmas. The people also decorate their houses by putting a Christmas tree, illuminated paper star and holly wreaths and exchange gifts. The fervor of the festive season is high in Goa, which is a famous tourist destination, and local as well as foreign tourists have come to Goa to participate in Christmas and New Year's celebration events. Midnight masses accompanied by pealing of church bells and fireworks ushered in Christmas in the state. In Kerala, cribs with figurines depicting Nativity of Jesus Christ were placed in churches. Major Archbishop of the Syro-Malabar Church, Cardinal Mar George Alancherry, led the prayers at Mount St. Thomas in Kochi. In Mizoram, religious fervor of Christmas has gripped every nook and corner. In today's Hotspot section, we bring you a special program on Christmas celebrations in India and across the globe.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Christmas is a time for family reunions, for family bonding, renewing friendships, exchanging gifts, and going on holidays. Christians around the world celebrate Christmas in different ways, following their beliefs and their traditions. Christmas is a time to celebrate. Foremost is the celebration of the birth of Jesus. It is meant to bring a message of peace and hope. In Nagaland, decorative lights dazzle the homes and streets of the towns and villages at this time of the year. Let's go over to our Kohima correspondent who shares the joy with our listeners.
Christmas in Nagaland has always been celebrated in a solemn and traditional way. Netizens attend special Christmas services in the churches and partake in Christmas feasts. Each year, families get together, some visit their friends and indulge in memorable parties to celebrate the festive season, or some share the gift of love by visiting the less privileged.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
After the rough year that 2020 have been, we are all looking forward to the most wonderful time of the year when people across the world come together to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ on December 25. Let's hear it from people on how they are spending their Christmas.
My name is Madeline Ambrosia and I'm a resident of Kohima town. Well, Christmas for me is the best time of the year. Despite the cold winter season, it's actually the warmest time, packed with so much of love and joy. So this Christmas, I plan to visit my village in Zadima, which is about 30 kilometers away from Kohima town. It's going to be a house full and I'm so excited to spend time with my family and catch up with my near and dear ones back in the village. From lighting up our homes with Christmas decors to exchanging gifts and sharing good food. There's going to be so much happening around this time. Well, of course, the most important part will be attending church services and singing in the choir, which I'm actually very fond of. But all in all, it's a grace-filled season, and the joy of Christmas always overflows, so I hope to spread love and share blessings to the people around me this Christmas. So from my heart to yours, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
Hello, my name is Wedekron Naro. I just came back from Kuwait, and Nagaland is changing like anything. I'm so excited to spend my Christmas with my family. That's my priority, to spend time with my family and with my relatives and loved ones. So I don't really have much planned, but to stay with them, connect with them, since it's been 2 years I haven't been home due to the pandemic things. Lots of things have changed, but yeah, I'm grateful that my family, my friends are there, and I'm excited, looking forward to spend this special Christmas with my friends and families here.
Hi, this is Agnes. Greetings of peace, joy and love to you all. First of all, I am so excited to celebrate Christmas with my only single parent who yearns and mark for this special event all throughout this year. This year, I am planning to be the standard pillar as a merrymaker, a cheerleader this Christmas Eve. Also to create a fun Christmas craftiness for the kids. And I am also planning to pay a visit to see the Christmas lights and decorations in other churches with my mom. And one of the utmost significant concept of Christmas is to allow Christ to be born in our heart. So therefore, I am planning to renew and reborn my heart this Christmas. Wishing you Merry Christmas.
In the Christian-dominated state of Mizoram, people are already gripped by the festive mood for celebrating a Merry Christmas. For more details, let us go over to our Aizawl correspondent.
The religious spirit of Christmas has filled every nook and corner of the state since the last few days. People working in other states have come back to their homes to enjoy the reunion with families during Christmas. From the past few days, the streets have been filled with illumination, colorful lighting and decoration. Markets wear a vibrant look and the shopping spree has peaked up. Buyers are found thronging the city shops to buy Christmas gifts and accessories. However, as the COVID-19 casts a shadow of fear, everyone in public places is found following COVID-appropriate behavior by wearing masks, keeping physical distance with use of hand sanitizers. In fact, Christmas celebrations in churches are likely to be held in low spirit with limited gathering. Many churches in urban areas will not hold mass singing due to the pandemic. However, youth fellowship groups of different churches are taking out Christmas carols in the streets every day in the evening. Talking to AIR News, the moderator of Mizoram Presbyterian Synod, Reverend Dr. Vanelkha Karalte said, Christmas is the occasion of joy, love and peace. Wishing people on this auspicious occasion, he appealed to all to celebrate Christmas while following health guidelines.
Greetings to you all in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So on this occasion, I'd like to request the whole nation to join the celebration of Christmas in the spirit of joy, peace and love. And as Christmas is a day and also occasion of joy and peace, usually is celebrated with festivities. But due to COVID-19 pandemic, many aspects of festivities may not be able to take place, but the Christian communities in India would try to celebrate as joyful and as graceful they can. So I wish and pray that for all the Christian communities and all the faith communities of the nation, this particular Christmas 2021 also will be a time of great celebration of the love of God.
Meghalaya government and its citizens have put their earnest efforts to curb the spread of the disease to a large extent so that revelers can enjoy the season while still being safe.
As majority of Meghalaya citizens are Christians, Christmas is one of their largest festivals here. For many years, faithful Christians have been celebrating Christmas in its most magnificent manner. For 2 years in a row, thanks to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the celebrations will have to be celebrated in a different manner. Given the present COVID-19 scenario, though active cases are declining, the state government have requested its people to not let their guards down. They have urged the people to adhere to the preventive measures such as maintaining physical distance of 5 feet, use of face mask, frequent hand washing with soaps, besides other. The parish priest of the Cathedral Church of Mary Help of Christians, Ladungkra Shillong, Father Pascal Lingdo, has maintained that all protocols laid down by the health department are followed during church service and the same will be done during the Christmas celebrations. He added that devotees are encouraged to come to the church wearing masks and maintain social distance. Thermal scanning and hand sanitizers are placed at the entrance of the church. He said that during such hard times, we need more faith and to believe that God will help each and every one of us.
During this coming Christmas, it will not be like any other time in which the carols will be there, in which this Hawaii Christmas or the Christmas meal, which we all come together in one place and usually cook together and eat together to show our brotherly, sisterly love. That will not be possible this time. But the church services remained as usual. When we give glory to God, then we will have peace. If we are not God-fearing, we don't care about our own people. Be it a priest or be it a politician, be it a social worker, if we don't have peace in ourselves, I think we will be so selfish that we will see only what our needs. So the message is that we should desire peace, whatever profession we have, and we should give peace, and we should pray that we will be the agent of peace, just as Francis Assisi said, prayed, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace.
Unlike yesteryears, Christmas celebrations will definitely be different this year too. Despite the difference in looks of the celebration, the spiritual meaning and the festive mood is high among the faithful. This is Rusam from AIR News Shillong.
In the capital city Itanagar, it is delightful to see the pre-Christmas atmosphere with people decorating their houses with beautiful and colorful lights, people thronging into shopping malls, buying new clothes and gifts for their dear ones. This is the first Christmas post-COVID lockdown and the Christmas spirit is very high among the Christian community in Arunachal Pradesh. Rakesh Tole, AIR News, Itanagar.
Ravangla's Buddha Park, also known as Tathagat Sthal, is among the key centers of pilgrimage tourism and a top tourist attraction in South Sikkim. Our Sikkim correspondent takes us through this tourist place and tells us more about its relevance.
Buddha Park or Tathagata Sthal was constructed between 2006 and 2013 and hosts an over 130-feet statue of the Buddha, which is the site's centerpiece. The statue was consecrated on 25th March 2013 by the 14th Dalai Lama, and Buddha Park found a spot on the Himalayan Buddhist circuit. The Buddha statue also marks the occasion of the 2550th birth anniversary of Gautama Buddha. The life of Buddha is depicted in two different manners in a gallery built in spirals. Officer in special duty at Buddha Park, Chiten Bhutia, speaks about the design and significance of Tathagata Sthal.
Buddha Park is situated at Ravangla, South Sikkim. The main attractions of Buddha Park is the statue of Buddha, which is 137 feet. It was started to build in the year 2007 and completed in the year 2013. As for Buddhist mythology, it is said as Chelung Telsum, which means three gods. Left side Guru Rinpoche, in the middle Buddha, and in the right Chenrezig. So while making a statue of three gods in the state of Sikkim, the statue of Buddha was made in this place. Except this reason, there was no any historical background behind this place. It was just for tourist pilgrimage. The government tried to give the mythological value to the statue by bringing ring shell, means relic of Buddha, from 13 countries and kept inside the hall, so that pilgrimage may get blessing. In the forehead of the statue, a diamond is pasted. All the body parts of the statue was gold-coated. Just below the statue, lotus throne was made. Inside the statue, a big hall is there. The small statue of Buddha was made in the central part of the hall, and it is surrounded by ringsel, that means relics of Buddha.
In Bangladesh, at least 40 people were killed and over 150 were injured as a passenger ferry caught fire midstream in the Sugandha River near Jhalokati, Sadar Upazila in Bangladesh yesterday. The death toll is likely to go up as several of the injured persons are in critical condition. More than 800 passengers were on board the MV Abhijan when the fire broke out. In Afghanistan, more than 6,400 journalists have lost their jobs since the Taliban takeover of the country. Reports have emerged from Afghanistan of an increasing crackdown by the Taliban on journalists. Now let's take a look at the major developments around the world as reported in the foreign press. The Washington Post reports in their shared sea, Ukraine and Russia already risk direct conflict every day. The Guardian reports Christmas travel chaos as airlines cancel more than 4,500 flights. The Globe and Mail writes thousands of flights cancelled globally as Omicron spoils Christmas plans. The Wall Street Journal writes Amazon reaches federal settlement allowing workers more leeway to organize. Sputnik News says Trump spokesman sues January 6th committee that wrongly seeks to obtain his financial records. Financial Times says France and allies condemn deployment of Russia-linked mercenaries in Mali. Tolo News says Turkish lira caps historic week with big lift from Erdogan government. Ceylon News says James Webb Space Telescope ready to make history. Himalayan Times reports Nepal records 157 fresh COVID-19 cases, 1 fatality on Saturday.
A quick look at the headlines once again. India to start vaccination for children of age between 15 to 18 from the 3rd of January. Country's COVID vaccination coverage crosses 141 crore mark. Recovery rate stands at 98.4%. Centre deploys multidisciplinary teams in 10 states reporting rise in COVID-19 cases. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses Guru Purab celebrations of Guru Nanak Dev Ji at Gurdwara Lakhpat Sahib at Kutch in Gujarat. Says the country's goal is revival of a new capable India. Prime Minister to share his thoughts with people in Mann Ki Baat program tomorrow. US to lift travel ban on 8 African countries from the 31st of December. And Christmas being celebrated across the globe. India is celebrating the 152nd birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Before we end, let us listen to his favorite bhajan, Vaishnava Jan, by artists from Cuba. And with that, we end this bulletin. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow with the next edition of World News.